this one is a little overdue, because I thought for the longest time I actually had Cyborg, but it turns out I didn't have Cyborg. So I picked one up while I was at Walmart today. Uh, Walmart finally started to get in the 3 3/4 inch DC figures that weren't Batman, just like the regular DC Universe figures. But unfortunately, by the time they started getting them in, I already had all of them from, having to go all the way to Target. So it's like I'm looking through. Yeah, have this one, have this one, have this one. And I guess technically I could have got the regular Flash because the Flash I have is the metallic version, but whatever. Uh, but I'd forgotten that I didn't have Cyborg. What kind of hair in my eyelash? It's weird. Uh, but yeah, I'd forgotten that I didn't have Cyborg. I thought I already had Cyborg, and when I was looking through my figures, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I have him. So when I went to Walmart this time and looked through it, thankfully they had one Cyborg left. I think like every other one was Superman and Shazam, but they did have Cyborg. So let's go ahead and open them up. So we got the little tab here that technically you're supposed to cut with scissors, but I'm too lazy to do that. I wound up ripping the whole thing loose. And then we got its accessories, which is this big honkin' red thing, and some kind of gun or something. I guess it goes onto his hand. It looks like there's a handle for it. And then a chainsaw. Got a chainsaw for him. And his last accessory is a jetpack. So, and it looks like it should probably go on other figures too. Like if you wanted to put it on Batman or whoever, you could put it on him. But yeah, that's 3 accessories for Cyborg, and it looks like he should be able to hold one in each hand, and one will go on his back. So that means he should be able to use all his accessories at once, which I like. So let's go ahead and get him out of the package. No rubber bands, thank goodness. No twist ties, none of that annoying crap. Just take Cyborg straight out of the package, and let's have a look at him. It's a fairly simple sculpt, not a heck of a lot of detail to it. I don't think that there's any reused parts, though. It looks like it's all parts that were made exclusively to be Cyborg. He's even got, on the upper hips, you can see that there's little discs. It's part of the mechanism or whatever. But he's very smooth. It looks to me like what you would imagine, an animated version of Cyborg might look like, where they're trying to, smooth over a lot of these details. So that, I got an itch on my knuckle for whatever reason. So that, it'd be simpler in the animation. But on the figure, I think they probably could have put a little more detail onto him. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't. I'm actually more a fan of, the 80s version of Cyborg, like the George Perez design, than this more sort of modern design. But it's still pretty cool. So let's see if we can get all of his accessories onto him. And it looks like, if you can see where the handle is there, it looks like it's made specifically to fit onto specific hands. Because it'll give a little more room for, the back of his hand on one side than the other side. And for whatever reason, the plastic is kind of rubbery on this, so I'm having a hard time getting it to go into his hand. It keeps wanting to just flop out of the way. So that is unfortunate. I don't like that. They probably should have made that out of a more firm type of plastic. So we'll put the chainsaw on that hand. And kind of what I was saying about Armored Batman is, I think that this would work a lot better if they had of given him some wrist articulation, because then you could pose these weapons a little bit better in his hands. I think that these are probably both made to go on the same hand, but I don't want to do that. I want to have him dual wield, sorry. So yeah, there he is with both the weapons. I wish they had made this one silver also. It should look like it's growing out of his bionic parts. I don't get why you'd have a bright red gun. That's just kind of weird. And then the jetpack should go on here. Just plug into his back. And there he is, all geared up and ready to kick some bad guy ass. So some of those parademons, since the more modern version of Cyborg is a little more tied into Jack Kirby's Fourth World than the Bronze Age one was. The when I was first reading the comics, he was more tied into the Doom Patrol than anything else. Like, no way, I'm thinking of Beast Boy. I don't think Vic was tied in with anything. I'm getting confused. Probably because the Doom Patrol TV show has Vic on it instead of Beast Boy, which probably should have had Beast Boy if it was going to have any Teen Titans character crossing over. Whatever. Then just put Vic in every single team except the Teen Titans. But he's a pretty cool figure, and I'm glad to have him. Like I said, I do wish they'd put a little more detail into it. So hopefully they'll do another version of Cyborg later, and it'll have a little more detail to it. He is like a little bit underwhelming as far as that goes, but it's not a bad figure, and I'm definitely glad to have another DC superhero in my collection. So I'm still looking for Green Lantern. Green Lantern is actually the one I'm looking for like the most, and I don't know what the future holds for this line. So beyond that, but hopefully it'll be a bright one because I really like these figures. They're good for kids, and I enjoy collecting them also. So that's pretty much it for this time. We'll see you next time when hopefully I'll have something else good to show you in the near future. Bye.